welcome to RØDECaster user meetup that almost didn't happen. Hello, people from Clubhouse, Nee, Sarah, Solomon. Welcome to RØDECaster user meetup, where we meet once a week every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time to talk about all things Rode or RØDECaster particularly. But there had been some teasing of a big news, and then to me, a bit of a letdown. So we can talk all about it. Many of us received an email talking about this big news coming, something big is happening, and then what it turned out wasn't, to me, super big. I mean, it's big to some people. I'm gonna have to pull up the email to kind of show you what's going on. Let's see. Let me make sure that I actually have my Zoom turned on. And those of you who are watching this on YouTube, welcome as well, Raphael. Hello, hello. I'm gonna quickly tell you how to participate. So RØDECaster user meetup is it's a collaborative learning experience. So what we do is we will have you participate, join us either through the chat or through the website by calling in live on Zoom. So what you can do is you can take this URL, learner2learner.com, that is showing up on screen, and then go to the website, and there is a link for you to join in live. I'm going to type in, and I'll tell you why this almost didn't happen. So I'm gonna type in learner2learner.com, and I'm gonna have to go to the website to get the link so that I can share that with you. Let's see. Nee, hello.
Hey, how you doing, man? It was like 10 o'clock over here, and I'm still like waiting. I'm like, it's 10 a.m. Is John going to start the room? And then when I went into the event, I almost started the room, and I was like, no, maybe there's something wrong because I cannot start the room from where I am and still continue. So yeah, I'm glad you
Yes, I made it.
yes.
So I was still, as of 30 minutes ago, I was still at work. It
Oh,
was like a rush project. I had to come back and I have to grab dinner before I start the show. And then, of course, the Elgato prompter was giving me issue, and it was like showing the wrong display. And I mean, I know how to fix it, but that was like throwing me off. So I'm a little bit
well,
late.
if that makes you happy, John, I'm still at work too, so we both good. But I'm at work on Wednesday and you were at work on Tuesday, so it's so great. But yes, I also got that email and I was
Yes.
excited.
Did you
But
know? Did
I
you
think
know what? I mean, were you
yeah,
excited? Were you let down? Tell me what
I
you
I
think.
I thought it was a new product that they were going to announce, or maybe they had refreshing something, or maybe I was thinking of a new product, but um, I think it was that $250,000
Yeah,
deal that they were doing. Yeah, I was like, man, couldn't you have just said that like in the get-go,
I know it's to me too. It's a little bit disappointing because I was expecting it to be like some big news of new product. You know, when you're a product company, teasing stuff like that, I don't know if it's the right move. It got people all excited, but then, oh no, we're not talking about what you're thinking we're
Y-
talking about.
I think just like a magician that they pull everything out of the hat and don't have no more tricks to do. I think that's the point that Road has hit right now. Because has hit. They just refreshing some of their old products
Hey, what is
and
clicking
nothing
there,
new.
Nee? Are you playing with something? Or I'm
Oh,
hearing some
oh,
clicking.
I'm up in the mountain, so whatever is going down in the valley is making all those noise. And I promise I'm not in a war zone. I'm just in the valley. I'm just up the mountain, and people are shooting down, and it's you may be hearing the echo bouncing
No, I'm
back.
already hearing
That's what.
clicking, like click,
Oh,
click.
oh. Oh yeah, I'm playing with my so my audio
That's what it
quality
sounded
is
like.
really bad. My audio quality is really bad, and it's my
Sounds like a
it,
fidget toy sounding.
no,
Click click.
it's my headphone case that I'm playing with, my
Ah, okay, yes, that
Apple
same
earphone
thing.
case. Yeah.
It's a fidget toy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
So what's up with you?
Um Nothing much. I should be I'm planning to come back to the States for like 4 days or 6 days and then head back to Korea again.
Oh, for
Because
such a short time. See your family.
yeah, just show up impromptu and scare them and then spend 4 days and then head back because I should be coming back in February finally, but I just want to come home just for a short break and I miss my little daughter, so I'm just only coming home to see my daughter for the next 4 days. So I'm somewhere right now. So once I finish doing whatever I'm doing here, I take like a quick leave and then travel back to the States, which it takes like 2 days to travel back to the States because tickets are so expensive, and the cheapest that I could get is going to take me around the world before making it to my final destination. So we'll see.
Well, I'm glad you're able to, and then I'm glad you're also so clear about who you want to come back to see. Very specific, very specific.
Oh yeah, they all know that in my house. When you have that last baby,
It's
they always
always
dear,
daddy's
yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah, always daddy's girl, dear and close to your heart.
So I am gonna see if I can switch to you all. Oh no, wrong app. Let me switch to. I'm on a desktop right now. I'm going to switch to the browser so that we can show you what we're talking about. This is Safari. There you go. So this is what we're talking about. This is the Rode Creator of the Year award is what it ended up being. We got a little teaser that I posted on the website on this channel, and we were asking what that was. I think where did I put it? I have it in the chat, didn't I? I have it on the channel's chat. Here it is, community. So in here, I saw that email and I was wondering what this is. Like, did you get this email? It's asking everybody, what do you think? A bigger roadcaster? Because they were talking about something really big. Something big is coming. And then we've got some great conversations going on. Several of you actually chime in. The latest one was Raphael saying that it's going to be a big room reverb for me. Unfortunately not. And then is it software? Ernesto was saying, is it software? And then we go back and forth. Is it a new category about the product? Or is it something like an Elgato Stream Deck even that went that far? So it turned out, wah, wah, it's just, what is my set trombone sound? Where's the set trombone? I don't have that one. Let's play the video and see what.
Hi everyone. I'm so glad you're here actually, because we have some big news for you. Are you ready for it? We've got $250,000 in cash to give away. Crazy, right?
It really doesn't matter what kind of content you're making. Just submit your channel or account to get amongst the competition.
Now you might be thinking, why are we even launching these awards? Good question. It's in our DNA. For years, the My Road Reel competition celebrated the incredible work of all you filmmakers out there. In fact, it was the world's largest short film competition. And we did the same for podcasters with My RØDECast.
You've spent hours making amazing content for us to enjoy, to laugh, to relate, and to be inspired. So now it's time for us to give back.
Now let's kick off the first ever Rode Creator of the Year Awards. There's a stacked list of 22 different categories for you to enter. All you have to do to enter is go to creatororawards.rode.com and submit your channel. Whether you create on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, we've got you. As long as you use a Rode mic.
Or any of our other Rode products. Anyone, and I mean anyone who enters, you've got a chance to win the major Creator of the Year awards.
And that's it, guys. So what are you waiting for? Head to the website and enter for your chance to be the Rode Creator of the Year.
What'd you say, Nee?
I said that's how you know when a company is either out of ideas and they they want to get into other parts of the creator side. They do stuff like this, you know. Yeah, $250,000 is huge, you know. But man, don't tease people like that.
No, I think I was trying to read into what's in the email that was sent out. And so, oh, wait, okay. So I've got some comments coming from John. And so I was trying to read into the email, the image, and it does look like an award. Like the email that we got does look like an email. I mean, like an award. So, maybe it is not too far off of what it's supposed to be. Maybe we just read too much into it. Let me see if I can get the original Rode email.
Yeah, I think we read too much into it because I looked at it again this morning.
Yeah.
And it was the Rode logo that was spinning,
Yes.
and the
It
back
looks like
looked
a
like
little
something that.
gold, like, looks like an
Yeah,
award. That could be the award. That would be the award, I would imagine.
yeah. But again, I guess maybe we might have read into it too much because I mean, just like the other announcements that they made when it came to the RØDECaster Pro 2, that may have what may had started that because on any of the other products that they release, apart from like the headphones also that they released, that they had that big announcement on that. They haven't really done it for any other products. I was expecting something like maybe an infused camera because I mean they've done all the 32-bit floats. They've used the 32-bit floats. Oh my God, for almost everything now that Rode has. So I was expecting maybe they're gonna come up with a webcam because they're coming up with like accessories and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, look, Rode just came up with a webcam that has awesome, awesome audio, and you can link either your Rode reporter or you can link your RØDECaster to that webcam and have like your audio sync with your video. Pretty awesome. I don't know, like that's what I was expecting, but I guess
We
we
read
were
too
wishing
much
too
into it.
much. Yes.
I think we were a little dry on Rode product or even firmware update news. It just hasn't been a lot. So again, recap for everybody who just joined us. Hello, Jerry, and who just joined us on Clubhouse, and Glenn, who just joined us on Zoom. So Rode a few days ago announced that they have something big is coming, which is this one, a little teaser email. And it turned out to be, many people thought it was product, but it turned out to be a Rode Creator Award Creator of the Year award. So so that ended up being that. They have giving away $250,000 dollars in cash. So I guess that is big news, but some of us were a little disappointed it's not product or even software related news announcement. Hi, Jerry. What's up?
Hey, you know what, John? I said if I can bug him every time I need something, I can at least see him on Clubhouse and go say hello. When I don't need anything. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I was like late at work. I couldn't go. There's like a pressing project, and I was like, gotta go live. I came back like 45 minutes after I ate to get on live. So I was a few minutes late.
Hey, well, I just wanted to. I wish there was a lot of people in here so they can hear my appreciation for those few that's in here. John, I'll call John, bugging him. John, I'm panicking. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. He like, Jerry, I'm at dinner. I'll call you when I get home. And then he calls me and hears me panic about my little loose wire. But I'm all set up, man. I'm in a new office now, but I'm talking on a speakerphone. I'm not on my system, and I'm
Mm.
just I'm just over here doing a little work, getting set up, and that's just basically it, man. Just working and everything. And so, anything special coming out?
No, but like I said, we were all expecting it to be products, but it turned out to be an award, like a Creator of the Year, Rode Creator of the Year awards that they're giving away, 20-some categories with $250,000 cash to be won. So I guess it is big, but not what we were expecting. And I see some of your chats in there from John and from Travis, which we'll bring up in a moment. That's well.
If RØDECaster knew how much you've helped individuals on Clubhouse with their system, you probably would get free gear for life. Seriously.
I wish.
Hey, Jerry, John is on YouTube too, right? So I'm sure everybody's heard your appreciation that you have for him, and you can share his link also, and
Oh
probably Ro to
yeah,
see it too.
he's aware. He's aware. I think. Do they have like a I'm gonna get your product, but I'm not gonna tell you good things if it's not good. But the thing is, we've been pretty fair, I thought, with our Rode effort of teaching people how to use it and reviewing it. I thought we were pretty honest with our opinions, not just pandering to the Rode brand. Even though
yeah.
it's a RØDECaster user meetup, it's not by Rode. It's a user base.
Yeah, John, you have been, and you've got how many people to buy this device? Like, you've got a lot of people to buy this device and other road products. I'm sure, and I mean, if something is not good, you don't have to be biased and say this is good, But so far, the product has been good, I haven't used my RØDECaster in a while because I've been like traveling and all sort of things. So I don't even know what firmware it is right now.
Yeah, it's nothing new. You're not missing much. Let me tell you that much. So, Glenn, you are on the show live now. You look like you've been doing some cable management, Glenn.
Well, I'm trying. I've just. I'll tell you what happened, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
I for some reason I wanted to turn my mic around last week, and so I had my shirt MV7, and I unscrewed the little side things on it, and if you ever do that, my advice is don't do that because all these little washers fall out. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think I put them back in like they came
so it's
off
not
of
locking. It's like not holding.
Yeah,
it's kind of like sliding.
So I'm having to tighten it a little bit more than I normally would. But anyway, that's what's going on.
What's going on. Okay, I'm gonna quickly report. John said I'm confused because Doc Rock said he knew what it was and that it was on his desk. He said it in the Facebook group. I'm not sure which one you were talking about. John, let us know if oh no, he's never really revealed what it was. Okay. All right, maybe there's another product coming in. And Travis said maybe a 32-bit float RØDECaster Pro on the way. You know what? We hope so. And I would like what John was saying, just remember 32-bit float is only useful for post-production. It's not useful for live streaming because you're not really utilizing the 32-bit float recording because it needs to be the recording that you're utilizing. And maybe even backtrack on that. Maybe 32-bit float recording. What is that? So it's essentially, in a nutshell, my understanding is that it will have a very large dynamic range where if you don't set your gain properly, sometimes your audio is too soft, or if you don't set it properly and if your gain is too high and somebody speak loudly, it's going to clip the audio. There has no space for the spike to go to, like the loud and the soft peaks and the valleys to go into the recording. 32-bit float has more of that, so you are able to have a lot, like the loud and the soft will be recorded all in there. Even if it shows up peaking, you can just lower the volume, and then it will bring everything down into the waveform in your editing software. So essentially, in another word, no longer having the issues to have distorted audio, because everything will be recorded properly, even though if you don't set your gain properly. So that's 32-bit float recording. And when it comes to live stream, obviously, the sound is out as it comes in, and therefore there will not be any usefulness in that sense. I think 32-bit float is probably more awesome if you have like let's say if you have a live recording right now, and then you not live recording, but a recording of a podcast or something, and then it's somebody laugh really loudly, then you're able to salvage that sound in post-production. What I think audio 32-bit float would be useful is, I think, live recording, not live recording, like what is it called? Like portable recorder that you go out to record coverage of event. What's that thing called? The
Like a field recorder?
Field recorder. Yes, that's exactly what I need to say. Field recorder. Field recorder will allow you to capture audio, not knowing when it's loud, when it's soft. I personally experienced this myself. When I'm at work, one time, I did not do the recording, but I actually have to edit a piece where they go out for, remember NFL draft was here in Kansas City last year, and some of my coworkers went out there and recorded and talked to people, and people were so excited and screaming and yelling, and all the audio were clipped. So if I have a 32-bit recorder at that time, then I will be able to salvage that. It's not going to be clipping. It's not going to be an issue there. John Lowe just chimed in and said, unless the processor is so fast, so good that it does 32-bit float editing in real time, unless the processor is so fast, so good that it does 32-bit float editing in real time, like editing in where, John? And in
Yeah, John. So like the beacon mic is almost like a expander,
it
right?
has an
And that
expander.
helps. Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
but it's still
software
not
has an
32-bit
expander.
float that we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's just
So what I was saying, referencing to what John Lowe was saying. So if that 32-bit float can work as like an expander to help balance it in real life, so I think maybe I may be wrong, but I'm thinking in that side where it's going to balance it out, where it's going to bring the lows and the highs, and hear it going in and out and balance it and make it smooth when you live streaming. Maybe that's what John Lowe is talking
John, can you
about. But
clarify? Do you
again,
mean the processor as in the RØDECaster processor? If that's the case, I have never edited on my RØDECaster. So, yeah. Or unless maybe what he's talking about is it's taking the signal. Because here's the thing, 32-bit float is not in the audio signal. It is in the recorded file. And so that's why it's a post-production relevant only right now.
So what I was thinking also, maybe a new product. You seen the Rode AI, right? The Rode AI.
What Rode
How
AI?
do you call those?
Oh, the
No, so
little
Rode.
recorder, the little input.
No, not the micro AI, but how do you call those things that you connect your microphone to and connect it to the laptop? It came before all these mixers came. If you had a
Oh,
analog mixer,
interface?
you could
The
interface.
audio
Yeah,
interface, yeah.
the audio interface, right? The Rode
Mm.
AI audio interface. Maybe they just refreshed that one too, because since they're all into refreshing their old microphones and doing all sorts of things right now, so probably that's one device that everybody's forgotten about, but that has been a old device. But
Okay, so John
again,
Lowe
that's just me.
clarified. He said, when I say edit, it means it takes the signal and it smooths it out in real time. So yeah, I think that would be like so taking the signal, so not exactly 32-bit float, but mimicking 32-bit float, where it's capturing a it's capturing loud audio and soft audio, and then be able to stitch that together and then spit that out as your talk about latency. Maybe when it's big, it can do it like so fast. That's what I think. That's what the fast processor mean when John mentioned that.
Yeah, isn't that what an expander is for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless maybe I'm wrong and I don't really understand what an expander does.
You know, audio expander. It's how would you explain it? 32-bit float does no processing. It's like raw float. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 32-bit float. I think we're talking future. We're not thinking about what 32-bit float is, which is why I want to clarify so that we don't mix up what people who are new to 32-bit float thinking that it's something that is the sounds, right? 32-bit float is not in the audio signal. 32-bit float is in the recorded file. So,
John.
Yes?
I had to call it 64-bit float is what is going to do what John Lowe but it doesn't exist right now.
No, it does not. But anyway, so John Lowe or John or Travis, if you're watching this on YouTube, what are your thoughts about the teaser about the big news, and that big news turned out to be an award rather than a product? I wonder what you guys are thinking. If you are as disappointed as I guess I'm not that disappointed, but I was hoping it to be some sort of like a software. There were several people who talk about. I think Ernesto in our chat talk about it potentially could be some kind of like Elgato Stream Deck. Yeah. Big news award blah. And so yeah, I know, right? Ernesto, we were speculating a little bit, and it turned out to be nothing that we speculated. Ernesto was hoping that it was going to be hardware. I thought, could it be software? Could it be a new category if it's something big? Okay, so not disappointed. Whatever it was, I wasn't going to buy it. That's what John says. Not talented enough to win, John Lowe says. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, when you are, like I said, if you're a product company and if you tease of something big, people are going to assume that it is some kind of a product. And when it's not, people are going to get disappointed.
Yeah, but John, when you look at it right now, it is a big product because this is the first time they're doing it too. So maybe we should.
Yeah, it's not a big product. It's a big announcement. It could be a big announcement,
yeah,
not product. Yeah. So 250,000. If you've got content, you've got probably content creators all excited, the good ones. Anyway, last week we were talking about. Last week we were discussing about the future of the next RØDECaster Pro series. We were also talking about what could the next firmware be. Now that we were, oh my gosh, Siri is going crazy on my iPad. What did I say? I don't understand. I know, I don't understand you too. Siri is trying to be helpful. And I don't know where my Siri button is on my iPad. How do you get... Okay, there you go. So I'm wondering if there's any features, anything that you might want. You can type it in the chat or come join me. Go to learner2learner.com. I should probably show you that now. Go to the website, learner2learner.com, and when you're there, you just click on Call In with Zoom, that button, and that should launch your Zoom application. And then you're able to join me live like Glenn was earlier. I think he just hopped off for a little bit. So we'll see. If you want to join, feel free to hop on. If not, feel free to use the chat. And I can bring your chat conversation up and we can talk about that too. Okay, what did John Lowe want? He wants RØDECaster Pro to cook pancakes for him. Okay. I'm sure you can get that if you get like a really heated a RØDECaster that does not have a very good venting. It will probably cook something for you. So Nee hasn't been using his RØDECaster for a while. Did you miss it or not miss it?
So every now and then I turn it on and I use it, but
So you have it with you. You just haven't
I have it
had a
with me.
use case to use it.
Yes, because like right now, I'm like 60 miles away from my apartment, and I'll be here for the next 3 weeks. Sleeping in an open bay, so I can use a RØDECaster over there. So and I haven't been really using it out here because I'm not really recording anything
Mm-hmm.
because my life kind of changed being out here.
Yeah.
Everything kind of changed. So I mean, every now and then I turn it on just to make sure it still works, and just play around with it and get on Clubhouse in some rooms and talk. Whatever rooms are up when I'm awake, because the 14-hour time difference like does really. And you know that when you travel out of the states,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's kind of a hustle, and when your work changes, because my workflow over here is totally different from what I was doing back in the States. It actually took me like 3 months to really get to adjust to. Um, so coming back into the regular army, like I never left the army, right? But coming back into the regular army and dealing with all this craziness that regular army folks do that I wasn't accustomed to. Like I hate wearing uniform, and I'm back wearing uniform again, and I just can't wait to leave and come back and not have to wear a uniform and just walk around like a regular person and no one knows you now. I mean, kind of deal. But everything kind of changes and it's just crazy. But I'm sure when I get back, I'll be using it more because I just reactivated some of my stuff that I was using since I'm coming back on leave, also to enjoy
So
regular
so
life.
you're not using it because you haven't had any situation where you need to be using
Yes,
it.
yes,
I was
yes.
actually using it quite a lot. Obviously not when I'm traveling. John also says, John IT says, he's like, Nee hasn't used his for so long. So I do. I guess if you're live streaming like I do, and I'm sure Glenn does too. When he does his podcast recording, he'll be using his RØDECaster more regularly. Like yesterday, I was editing a video for one of my podcasts, and I had to do voiceover. And I've not done voiceover on Final Cut before, and I have everything connected, so it was convenient and easy. And I do use it every time I run a room on Clubhouse. My 2 weekly rooms that I do, one on Sunday and one Tuesday night right now, I would need to use it. So I have been using it. And what about you, Glenn? Have you been recording your podcasts with your RØDECaster?
You could not ask a more timely question, John. So I am just hours off of my my second interview for my Coins podcast, and I've been editing and getting it ready. I don't know if I'll have time to post it tonight, but it should be posted by tomorrow. So I've been, and actually I was gonna introduce a question.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you use Final Cut, right?
Yes, I do. I'm not very good at
Okay.
it, but I do use it.
well, and then maybe that's. I use DaVinci Resolve, and I watch all the YouTube stuff on it, and I try to learn as much as I can, but I feel like I would still do better if somebody was sitting here beside of me and just telling me little things to do. I'll have little questions, and if I knew the answer, they would just unlock the whole mystery, And but anyway, where I was going with this is. Maybe you've kind of answered the question, but I was wondering if it might be worthwhile for you to drum up some kind of an editing group like that. Maybe it meets on Wednesdays or something like that. And we all sit around and talk about editing.
I would love to. I mean, I'd love for somebody to be doing that, because you know what I always long for is having. So I use Adobe Premiere at work, so I'm more familiar with Adobe Premiere. But I also want to use Final Cut because I have Final Cut at home, and I wanted to force myself to be at least familiar, if not very quick with one of the software, both softwares. So at work, Premiere, I'm pretty good at it and fast, and Final Cut, I'm a little slow. So the only way for me, and we can maybe ask John Lowe or whoever else use Final Cut or editing software, I find the best way of learning it is by having projects, actual projects that you have to do. Then you have to find yourself, oh my gosh, how do you do that?
Kind of like your podcast.
Yeah. Kind of like everything, really. Anything creative, you just got to do it. And because here's the thing, you can have a lesson or watch a tutorial or something. Maybe even if it is something you would use, but relevant to what you're currently needing to use, is probably like 20%. Like I feel when you watch a tutorial, like, oh, that's useful. But what's truly useful to you currently is probably about 20%. Then you don't retain the information for the others. But when you're using it and you're like, oh, I need to do this. How do you do that? I did that all night long yesterday.
And I have reached, like, when I'm practically doing it, working on editing the podcast or just working on anything, I'm finding I have little questions that did not seem to be answered in the YouTube video or whatever. I have come across, I think it was last week, either last week or the week before, and it was the week before, where they had ResolveCon 2024. So I watched not all of it, most of it though. Watching those people, they're just experts at all phases. It's, I tell you what, if you know that software, because it's not only the editing, it's the color, correcting, and the audio with the Fairlight. If you know that software backwards and forwards, I think you write your ticket in Hollywood. You name your price and they pay it. Is what I think happens.
Are you talking about Resolve? Or what?
Yeah. DaVinci Resolve. I would say that the other aspects are probably, similar, comparable to other editing software packages, but the one thing that makes it stand out is its color correcting, because my understanding is that that's what Hollywood uses to get.
That's what Resolve started off as a color correction, color grading software.
Yeah, and that apparently that's what Hollywood uses to get the movies right before they send them out. They use what's in Resolve.
Maybe John IT can start a group called editors something.
Editors in search.
Because
I think
yes, John.
There's one. I think
no,
there's
that
one.
me. That's me.
Yeah,
how about
that's
hacking editors?
I think there's one online. There's one online. John, how do you call this lady? I think, is it Ching?
Ching. Yeah, she does.
So they have one. Yeah, they have one with like the mobile filming, and they talk a lot about editing.
Mobile
also.
filmmaker. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they talk about editing. Yeah, I think I like the concept. I like the concept of like what we're currently doing, even though we're not really talking about it at this moment. Other users talking to other users.
Special talent, John. You get people together. Okay.
You're using Sean's word.
Yeah, I'm just.
Or Raphael.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe so in the future.
Resolve has this up and down. That's one thing I found out about using Resolve. Resolve has this up and down, but once you get it
what do you mean up and down?
Like when you're using Resolve, right? This was like way long ago, before everybody hate Adobe right now, and everybody's jumping onto Resolve, because that was one of the first softwares that I started using because it was free. And to me, it was a learning curve. But one thing I realized is, if you make it your own, right? You find your own style of editing, and probably you watch those videos on how to make this, how to do this. It becomes much easier for you because you know that this is what I want to do. And I think when I was using it, I just created a template. After I found out what was good for me, I just created a template, and it was just like checking the box. Like, okay, check this box. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I do, and obtain the same result that I wanted every time. And then if there's something new, then I go steady and try to use it. But if I cannot figure out to use it, I tell you what, I used to buy a lot of templates just to throw on it and make and tweak those templates and make it easy also and much faster because I thought the learning curve was a little bit difficult compared to Final Cut and Premiere. I think Final
I thought
Cut was
Final
easier
Cut was
for me.
so difficult for me because it was so different from the regular editing software that Final Cut was really hard. It still is difficult. It's not hard. I just don't know how you do things because I'm so used to the more traditional editing
Yeah, yeah.
interface.
Final Cut is just a update of the free version that used to come on Mac,
iMovie.
Mac Video Man. Yeah,
It's
iMovies.
yeah. I wouldn't call it that, but it definitely it has the same root. It started off as that. But Glenn, do you edit your podcast video?
Yeah. I figured out it took me forever to do the first one, and now I'm doing the second one, and I have a plan this time. I know what I need to do, and so it's going to save. I'm going to do it in about a fourth of the time because I know what I'm supposed to be doing and looking
You'll
for.
get faster. Yeah. Yeah.
But
So-
I found, like I said, I was mentioning the Resolve 2024. I came across this couple that specializes in teaching. They have courses and stuff in Resolve, and they have one it's kind of expensive, but I think that it will do the trick. So I'm probably going to sign up for that relatively soon and just go through it.
So Glenn, when you record, when you edit, so I'm sure there's an audio part of your podcast, right? That you're just gonna do audio.
Yeah.
Do you do your editing in Resolve and then export out your audio from Resolve as your audio?
All right, John, here's my system. I developed it last time. Okay. So I recorded it in Ecamm Live. So I did that this afternoon. My first step is to take it from the recordings file in and put it into actually Riverside. Riverside does some things that DaVinci doesn't do as easily. It will do show notes for you. It'll do clips a little easier for you. It'll just do, and the editing is actually, even though it's not probably as good as DaVinci, it's a little easier to work with. So what I do is, I've completed this step already, is I run it through Riverside and do all the little editing that I want to do. Because here's my problem. I know you're not going to believe this, John, but this guy right here, he has some ums and ahs and some filler words, and he has to do something about that. I know it's coming as a shock to you, but anyway, so I got to get rid of all those, and it's just a little easier to do that in Riverside. So then once I do that, I can bring it into DaVinci. And
Oh wow, man, you got a process there.
well, no. And there's some more little tools in DaVinci that'll make it sound even smoother. And also, all I did this afternoon was the interview section. So, and the whole podcast has two more sections. And so it's actually easier to put those sections together in DaVinci than it is in Riverside. But
You're joining two different recordings together. The interview side.
Yeah. It's a little easier in DaVinci on that. But and so when I'm done, like either later tonight or in the morning, what I'll do, and just for this one section, is for the interview portion, I will put it as a YouTube video on YouTube. I will take the audio and I'll make that a podcast, an audio podcast by itself. So one's just pure
From where?
audio, and I'll put that. Sean turned me on to Castos, so that I'll post it to Castos, and they'll send it out.
How are you? So where are you exporting out your audio from?
I think
From Resolve?
I might have done it in Riverside last time. If not, I've got an account, and I can just I can pull it in. I can go in.
Don't you join the shows together in Resolve? So you gotta have to export it from Resolve. Right?
Well, you've got some options in Riverside where you can just export the audio if you want to, and that's another thing that you had that.
But
option.
I thought you need to join your interview and the other portion together in Resolve.
No, okay. That's when I put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
I'll do that this weekend. But for just the interview portion, I send that out by itself. Sorry. Sorry, John. I do two different things. So this interview today is going to go out by itself as video, by itself as audio, and as part of the overall 3-part segment podcast, probably next Monday.
I see. So you same content, but comes in pieces and also the whole bundle.
We're gonna milk it for all it's worth.
You can.
Sarah, hello, Sarah.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good.
You know me, I love your Tuesdays. I get excited because you guys give me you're dropping gems and we're all learning from each other. So I have a quick question. If you I'm going to the toilet.
Go ahead.
Having a
No, it's Glenn drinking.
Okay, I'll call it on the mic here.
Yikes.
Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt anyone. I wanted to find out like your thoughts, or whoever can give me some insiders. When I go to do my recordings, I use is it Audacity? That's how I do, and I love that program. I know everyone has their own style, their own programs, blah blah blah. But my question is, when I go to speak, you do your show, and then I go to put. I don't know about you guys, but I like to put music. Now, I use Spotify. I've noticed that when I go to do this, it's all on the Mac. It's not as loud, and it's the music portion, or like the sound is very could be a little low, or sometimes it could be a little scratchy, or like there's some distort sound. Is there a way where I can maybe lift up or make it like a lot louder than music, or is my setup all wrong?
Could be all the above. So let me ask you this: so you are recording your audio separately, and then bring music from what'd you say? Did you say Spotify into the edit?
To the Audacity.
So do you record your audio separately, and then you bring in music separately?
That's it. Right? Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
And how do you bring in your music?
I just put it on like my laptop, whatever's on my laptop.
And then you record it through your microphone?
Yeah, whatever's on the Audacity. Yep.
Okay. That's probably why it. Number one, a few things that let's talk about. So for personal usage, it's probably fine. But there's copyright issue there.
Yes, trust me. I've had emails say to me, "Oh, we can't be using this." You have
yes.
No, I've got those emails. Yes.
So that's number one. But then number two, there is probably a different way and more direct way. You've heard us talk about using the Rogue Amoeba's sound. No, what's it called? Audio hijack. There's one way using audio hijack to record your sound that is a computer source audio input. I mean, audio is the sound is coming from your computer. You're also recording on the computer, and that's what makes it difficult for it to record directly, because this computer typically is not built that way. So if you have software like audio hijack and loopback, that will allow you to pipe your audio from your whatever audio player or web, YouTube, or whatever that's playing the audio being fed back into in your Audacity and being able to record it more directly that way.
Okay, so you said audiojack.com, and what was the other one?
It's all on Rogue Amoeba. I'm gonna see if I can put the Audio Hijack Pro can do that for sure. It can record whatever your sound is. I'm gonna put it in the chat in Clubhouse, and also put it on YouTube as well. So that is a software that essentially that allows you to record audio source that's from your computer as a file that's clean, that is not coming through the air, so not playing off of your speaker, then your microphone pick up from your speakers and then put that back into your recording.
Perfect. Thank you. Because sitting back going,
I was gonna give you another easy way to do that, because from what I'm hearing, you want the music like coming in and fading out, right?
Yeah, like my
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So what I do is like I go to websites that the music is either it's already has the it's copyrighted free, or you could buy the rights and use it. And then I just download the file, and then when I finish doing my editing in Audition, Audition has a way that you could put your audio. Once you drop that audio, you could label it as you have the speaking, like the dialogue and music, and then you could set the docking on it. So when it starts playing, it's going to play where there's no sound, and then when you start speaking, it automatically docks it down. But then you could hear the music at the low, and then when you stop talking, it picks up, and then it goes down again. For that, you could do it
I
in
heard that,
Audition.
Nee.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I heard that.
I promise. I'm not.
He's fine.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah. It's just people training right now, and I'm on top of a mountain.
He's in the
looking
military
down
and
to
he's
it,
training.
yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but that's what I do even with my videos and everything. So then I find it's easier for me to use
What's it
Audition.
called?
So Sarah,
Adobe
what
Audition.
is it? So
Using
Adobe
Docking.
Audition is another software. But whatever you need, if you have the audio, the music file itself, then it'll be clearer, obviously. So you can get on YouTube, you can download a bunch of audio that you are legally able to use, that's licensed properly for you to use. If you download those files on your YouTube studio, you can actually find those tracks and then download those individually, and then being able to use it legally. That way, you can bring that file directly into your Audacity, even without needing to use Audition.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. So what I'm thinking is just use Audacity, and I'm thinking, I like to think simple because I'm still trying to, get my head around it. You're saying use Adobe Audition,
no,
or the other one.
Don't confuse her anymore.
Okay. So we're gonna use Audacity that you're using. It has a docking feature in.
So he's
in
introducing something new, not related to what you were asking. So he's talking about ducking. Ducking means when ducking means when you have, like, let's say a voiceover and a voice person somebody talking, human talking, it ducks down or it lowers the music. And what he was talking about was the Audition has a ducking feature where it automatically ducks down the audio of the music. But I don't think that's what you're asking for. You're still asking for music that you wanted to play and play it in Audacity, right?
Yes, I don't want it to be so tinny or so yucky.
You need to get the file. I guess the simple answer is you need to get a music file that you can drop into Audacity rather than recording it through your microphone.
So that's where the problem is.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
It's coming out, essentially it's coming out from your speakers and then being picked up by your microphone and recorded. So it's not a direct file. So you need to get the actual file. However you do it, it's up to you. But one of the ways I was talking to you about was using the Rogue Amoeba's Audio Hijack Pro that allows you to record any audio source on your computer as a file.
Okay, look, as I said, I just want it to be simple and smooth as much as I can. So it sounds like...
Yeah, two separate things I would say. One is if you want clean audio music
John,
file.
I don't want to interrupt, but it's the witching hour for you.
What is that? Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you. Yeah, we need to switch room to sound check. But so two separate things. An audio file, if you get that, you won't have that over-the-air sound that you were talking about. And then if you want to hop on with me over to Soundcheck, we will carry on our conversation over there as well. Thank you so much, Glenn, for reminding me, because I totally forgot about that. So, all right.
I'm sorry I interrupted, Sarah.
No problem. Thank you so much, Glenn. We'll see you in Soundcheck in about 1 minute. So thanks, everybody. Thanks, John.
I'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you, Nini. Bye.
All right, bye.